Hello everyone, I'm Ejecta1, and welcome back to another episode in my brand new Survival Let's Play series. Actually, I shouldn't say that anymore. Well, I could say it from time to time, because this is actually my forever world. And in the last episode, we built this nice little house that was inspired by Cubus, who is a member of the Trevelyan SMP. Thanks for the inspiration again. And we also gathered up some cows, but as you'll notice, the cows aren't here anymore, and that's because I made some pretty big changes in between episodes. So if we come over here, you can see that I have moved the cows, and the cows have grown extensively. Our cow population has grown pretty big, and I actually had to make this little extra fence piece here because I found out that while this does work, these guys are noisy. Oh, these guys are loud. Sorry if you guys can't hear me, everyone. But yeah, let me adjust my mic. Maybe that'll work. Sorry if I messed up your hearing there, but anyways, if we look over here, you could see that. So these guys are all packed in here. Now this is because I found out while this wall technique works, and it works really well, if you overpopulate this, the babies will start to push out of these little holes. So I just made this little extra piece to keep the babies from escaping. So yeah, that's what we've got so far. Now I've also gone ahead and made a little thing for tree saplings for my tree little thing here. Then I've also gone ahead and made a auto composter so I can get some bone meal to help grow these trees. And then I've also gone ahead and made an auto smelter. And I have been smelting up a bunch of charcoal. That to which I've been killing all these trees that are over here. You might not be able to tell from the last episode. That used to be a bunch of oak trees and birch. Now it's just down to the birch because I've been turning that into charcoal, and that is important because of what we need for today's episode and for future episodes, of course. The other thing I've gone ahead and made is I made this little cobblestone generator. Now it's a very basic one. I was trying to find a piston, but I couldn't find one. So I just put a slab there, and I put a hopper there. So now it just collects up a bunch of this, and as you can see, it just collects in this chest, and it works pretty well, all things considered. So we've got that. The other thing we've gotten is, if we come over here, you can see that I did make myself a nice little bridge over here. It's not very much, but yeah, it's not very much, but it gets the job done, and eventually we can come back and upgrade over time. Now this stuff is looking pretty nice, and it is of course temporary. This won't be staying here. In fact, I actually need to move the cows over to here, I'm thinking, because they're actually in the way of these cobblestone blocks. Now these might look like they're randomly placed, but they're actually placed in strategic spots because all of these are actually where my paths are going to go. And I figured that was the best place to start. But I wanted to get these farms going just so I can have a little something going just to get to building and get some basic resources set up so I'm not struggling for stuff in the beginning. Now the first thing I'm going to start off with is we are going to go ahead and kill off these cows, or most of them. Actually, I need to check something before I do so. I need to see if there's any wheat here. I have been growing wheat out behind my house. And actually, according to the paths, I am going to have to change the direction of my house. Because if you notice, this path comes here, and it's actually going to cross over to here. So it wouldn't make any sense to have my door facing that way. But that'll have to be a problem we tackle in the future. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a mass murder of cows. If you're sensitive to stuff, you might want to shield your eyes. If you're not, well, here we go. Now I need to kill all but 2 of these guys. Why can't I crit you guys? Come on. I'm trying to see how many of these guys can crit. Come on. Oh, because I see. It's because the axe takes longer to recharge the That little meter in the middle of my screen is taking longer than a sword would. Okay, I see. So we need to get this all down to at least 2. Okay. And kill all these guys off. I am gonna need a new axe. Okay. Okay. I'm getting all these guys down. I'm gonna need a new axe already. So let's get out of here and grab myself another axe. Okay. I only need 2 of you. Okay, now we're down to 2 of these guys. So now I need to move this entire fence. So what we're gonna do is tear all this out. Okay, now that the mass murder of cows is done, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and I want to block these guys off from where the path will go. I'm gonna make this cow pen a lot smaller than what it currently is. Where are my fences? You need to move. And no, it's not, and that's not necessarily a cow pun. No, you guys need to go over that way. Okay, I know what to do. Come on, guys. Over this side. There we go. Now, as you can see, I am also trapped. But not for long. Let's see. Stay there. Okay, let's go sleep really quick. Because it's nighttime and I do not want to deal with mobs this early in the game. I've only got 1 iron tool. And actually, I should show it off. I've actually gone ahead and made an iron pickaxe. I was trying to find some redstone for a piston for my cobblestone generator. But I found some redstone. I did manage to find some, but where it was at, I was just not going to be able to get to it. Because there was just mobs galore over there, and I am not going to deal with all that. So, yeah. Alright, now that we've killed all those cows, and we did get a bunch of beef, so I'm going to go ahead and make myself some armor, and, ooh, I need you. Okay, you didn't drop string. What about you? No. 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 Die. Ha. That's what I thought. Come here, Mr. Spider. Come here, Spider-Man. I don't want your eye. I want your webs. What am I going to do with this eye? Anyways, so now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and... Actually, one thing I'm going to do... Here you go. Here you guys go. I heard you like wheat. Make babies. Okay, I won't look. Are you guys done yet? Yes, they're done. Okay, now we can restart the population of cows. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make some of this food. I'm gonna take some of this beef and turn it into food, because that's what I've got these guys for. I'm also gonna go ahead and make this leather into some armor, so I can get my first set of armor here. It's not iron armor, but I think it's okay. So I will bring you guys back in. Yeah, so there we go. So I will go ahead and bring you guys back in when I have more progress on this stuff. Okay, so the last 2 steaks are cooking. Fun fact, I didn't know that they were actually called steaks in the game. I always thought they were called cooked beef. But, okay. We're going to call them steaks then. So we got the last 2 steaks cooking. Alright, there. Now I am no longer starving. I've got almost 2 stacks of this stuff. And now I have my leather armor, so let's see what this looks like. Alright, now we have my first armor of the Forever World. Now let's try to keep it together as much as possible. It's not much. It's definitely not iron armor, but I think it'll get us through. I do need to get rid of this fence. That's the first thing we need to do. Now that we're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the paths. And, well, at least we're going to start on the paths. At least laying them out. Now, I don't know what's in here. Nice. Yeah, so I have gone ahead and started smelting cobblestone into stone, because this area is going to need a lot of smooth stone. So, at least for the paths, that is the plan. I'm also going to need stone bricks for the walls. But before I can even do any of that, I need to lay out how we're going to get from point A to point B. Or I need to lay out a few things with these paths. Now, mainly it's this path that is the issue, because you might think that this path goes from here up to here, but that's actually not the plan. The plan is that that path is going to go down from there, and it's going to come out to here. And then this path is actually going to be more like a bridge, or a carved out bridge. So I think it'd be really cool, but we need to figure out, first of all, what are the different heights of it. So that is 67. So what we need to do is we need to dig out a tunnel to connect to this. So that is 67. This is 65. So only, well, we'll say 64. Well, actually, we'll say 65 start off with. So that's what it really takes. So really, it's only 2 blocks down from there. And we're actually looking at, this is 68. So it's actually going to go down by 3 blocks. Now, I could just make it rapidly drop down, but that wouldn't be very interesting. So instead, we're going to try and make it to where it goes down gradually. Kind of like how this just gradually goes down 1 block. But we need to make it go down more. So I need to figure out how we're going to make this work. So I think the best way to do this is we're going to start by... So it needs to go down by 3 blocks. Now, it needs to go down 3 blocks before it reaches the crossing here. So this right now looks like a little bit of a upper part, but this is going to be turned into a bridge. Or sort of a land bridge that's carved out of it. Yeah, so like we'll have a tunnel that's carved out of the land areas. So what we're going to do is, I think this is going to be a little bit tricky. So what we're going to do is, I think we'll do... Now, not only is it tricky because we have to go down, it's more tricky because we have to go to the side. So I might actually go... So, you know, I might actually make it... Because we need to find some kind of path. So we need to find a solid spot to go for the path. And we want to make this smooth. We want to make this a smooth transition. Okay, so I think what we'll do first is... Okay, so I know what we'll do. What we're going to start off with is we're going to take and bring this down to 3 blocks. Or down by 3 blocks, down to that level. And starting from here, I believe, yes. We'll start from here, actually. So starting from here, it's gonna start going down until it reaches that level. So we'll have that. And I think we'll start off by going this direction. And we need it to reach 64 or 65 before it reaches that, I will say. So you're probably looking at, should we do 4? I think 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think 5 per run should work. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, is that correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The connected textures throw me off, so sorry if this is confusing you guys. 3, 4, 5. It is confusing me too, so... 3, let's see, that's 2, 3, 4. And that should be 5. Is that the correct height we want? Okay, so that is the correct height we want. I am going to start building that bridge up to this little mound here. I think it would look the best. Now what we're going to do is, let's see. Well, I want to make sure there's enough headroom. Otherwise it'll be very awkward. So now that we're up to this point, we can kind of go this way. We're sort of just laying out the path for how we're going to get there. Now I want to kind of do my classic turning by 90 degrees method. So we'll go there. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then from there we'll go 1, 2. Go out by one more. And then we'll go out by one more. And then we'll diagonal this until we get to the outside, hopefully. Now if I'm correct, we should be able to find our way through here. Do I have some torches, actually? I do. I did make some more torches. So this might help for you guys who are trouble seeing with this. I know OBS isn't the best when it comes to lighting. Or maybe it's just the game. I don't know. I see fine, but you guys sometimes can't see very well. So all I'm doing is I'm just going to outline these little spots of land where I want to have raised elevation. And then can we close this gap? Yes, we can. There we go. Okay, so now that I've gone ahead and laid out the groundwork for where I want all the land to be, where I want the walls and the land to match up to, and I do have some bridges and some tunnels and stuff. Now, the next step is we're going to need to terraform this. Now, I could make you guys sit through and watch me do this for about 4 hours, but that would be pretty boring now, wouldn't it? Maybe you disagree, but I think that'd be pretty boring just to sit here and watch me do this for 4 or 5 hours, several hours at a time, and, just digging dirt and cobblestone. I don't think you guys want that. So instead, I'm going to put myself through that, and you guys can just sit there, kick back, relax. While I do this, you get to listen to some cool tunes. So, without any further ado, let's go. Okay, and I think that is as far as I'm going to build this today. This took quite a while, and it took about 3 or 4 hours for that time lapse in real time. I will finish this either in between episodes, if not the next episode. But I want to stop here because I am tired of placing these blocks, and I want to place different blocks. I want to move on for today. The first block we'll need, the main block, is actually going to be our... Is that a skeleton horse? That's not a skeleton horse, is it? Nope, that's a regular horse. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to need is I'm actually going to need granite, and luckily there's a huge deposit of it right here. So I want to move on to building, and maybe if it wasn't so risky to get my granite. Let's see, I need to eat first. Why does it have to rain right now? Come on. I can take you. Die. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9's a good number. Yeah, that's a pretty good number. I don't want to have too many buildings and stuff. Well, this is spawn, so we might have a few more than normal, but we should have some buildings here. So I'll have that. This will be your door. And then, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. We want to figure out something for a window. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll do that. Will that work? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a little too far. We're only going to go to 7. Okay. This is definitely not a counting with eject episode. We're going to go here. Okay. Now we have this. We're going to go ahead and build up the rest of the body of this. And that's just simply going to be going across here. Let me get these torches on my hand. I did have to go caving in between takes. Let's bring this across. Okay, I tried to bring up that corner, but never mind. Just building up the frame here. And we might have to go a little bit higher, and we'll probably have to go a little bit higher. Now, this is looking pretty crude, but bear with me. I have a plan with this. Okay, so I want these 3 walls blocked off, as I don't see a reason to keep it there. Alright. So, is that going to be a good size space? I think it will be for a window. And I actually want to bring that out by 1 more block. So, the sugarcane will unfortunately be hidden behind here, just a little bit. We're not making a double thick wall here, but I'll tear this out in a second. Listen, Mr. Spider, I need this area. I am trying to do something here. Okay, so that should be good to go, and then I can go ahead and actually make this a double wide door. Okay, so there's our basic structure. It looks really crude, but hello, Mr. Spider. Die. Ooh, string, finally. we're going to go ahead and put the doors in. I think that's important. Doors will sit like this. Okay, perfect. So I should probably mention what this building is going to be for. This building is, now, given that this is a spawn area, I want to sort of create I'm going to create like sort of like a central kind of area per se, where, so eventually this can be, if I, what am I saying? Words. So if I decide to turn this into a world download, where you guys can come and visit this world and see what I've built and all the accomplishments we've made, it's not a lot right now, but eventually in the future, then I can set up a nice little shop, and this will be a place where you guys can grab some food. It's sort of like a little help yourself bread area. So when you spawn in the world, you can get yourself a free, yourself some bread. So that is the plan. Okay, so the stairs are going to go here just to kind of accent the door. The windows are actually going to go here. And I almost forgot. I might need to go... Ooh. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to do this. First go up by 3. I guess it's a bit of a tutorial. Going up by 3, and then we want to go out by 1 block. 1 block space, and we want to go to 2. And then we want to go to 2. That should leave me 2 extra left over. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place this across the way like this. And you don't want to place over the door. And we're just going to do this and bring it across there. So then we're going to take 5 barrels and we're going to go from... Now, I like to go this direction. You can go whichever way you want. But I'm going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to take... Do I have any more slabs? I don't have any more slabs. That's right, because I used them all. We're going to take... Not 6. We need actually... We need 10 of these, and we want this to go from here, like this. And then we want it to go up by 1, and there's that. Okay, so I did manage to find some more oak wood, and I placed the other signs in. I also went ahead and put these signs in here. These are just the signs for... Now, these are the signs for kind of the name of the place. Now, I don't have a name. I don't have a good name for this. I was going to call it something, but... Well, I was going to call it the Hungry Traveler. Just because I felt it's fitting. But since, well, I can't really do that, and I'm not going to explain why, because that is kind of spoilers, because that kind of leads into spoilers for something else that's on the SMP, actually. So I can't really, so I'm not really going to call it that, not yet. Anyways, but if you guys have names for this place, definitely let me know in the comments below. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. Now I do have the leather. Now this becomes the little displays for what things are there. So this creates sort of a functional and decorative look. So this can be used for, maybe you could put your pricings, so maybe you could put your prices here, or you could put or if you want to do a mix of different things here, you could put like what this is and how much it is. And then this is like a display of that thing, or because in some markets, like in some market stalls or some market stores, they'll usually have like a mix of fruits and vegetables that are just sitting out front. And then that's just the display one. And then the barrel below it is meant to be where you actually get it from. So that is sort of the idea with it. But now we're going to go ahead and move on to the interior because that needs to get done. Now I've ran out of blocks there. Now rather than going and getting more blocks, because I do not feel like it, I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to, let's see, I think we'll go here, tear these 2 blocks out. And then we're going to take this and go there. And then we'll take a couple cobblestone blocks, so we mark it out. And then these 2 stair blocks, we'll use that as sort of maybe it's a little bit of an AC. Maybe. Anyways. Okay, now what we want to do is now we have a stairway up here. We're going to use it to our advantage, and this is going to become our... Yeah, so maybe this is like a little vent or an AC unit. Maybe it's to keep this place cool. But anyways, we're going to take this, and we're going to go ahead and fill in the entire ceiling. And right in the middle of this, so it's nice and even. Okay, that'll work. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this and make a spot for the person to make sure people aren't stealing stuff. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing to the inside that I did to the outside. So we're simply going to do this, just another way to look at it, but we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll do, well, no, we can't do 5 because I'm out of, well, I'm almost out of blocks. And I'll place that right there. Okay. Now we're going to place a single sign here because you already know what this is. I'll have to fix this in between episodes, but you get the idea. Okay, so that is what we're looking at. And I think it's a nice, simple little area. You know, you can come in and you can do what you got to do and get your stuff and leave. I'm going to go ahead and put this there, and that could be sort of the cash register. It's kind of derpy, but, you know, it works. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is, first of all, eat before I die. But I do want to actually decorate this front area because it's a little bit strange to me to have it just on dirt. Oh, okay, we can't end the episode yet. Okay, we can't end the episode yet. Oh, he didn't want me to end the episode. And I'm sure you guys don't want me to end the episode, but I have to. I have to get to editing and get this episode out. No! Go away. I don't care about your little pool. Okay. Let me get all my stuff, I guess. Where's my hat? Is my hat here? No, there's those guys. There's those guys, and I don't want to deal with them. You guys stay your distance. I'm looking for a hat. That seems to have gone missing. Well, I'm not going to bother replacing it. I could, but it's not going to... But I wanted to kind of tell a story of how this didn't have a hat because... Well, I had the leather cap, but I lost it. Okay, I need to get away from these guys before they kill me. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before. And if I did, sorry if I'm mentioning it again. Post-editing eject, do your work, or do your wonders. But anyways, I am aware that we have just actually reached 600 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. You guys are awesome for that. And that means we are actually only 400 subs away from our goal of 1,000 subs. So it would really mean a lot to me if, you know, it does mean a lot to me that you guys can help me get to 600 subs, and 600 of you guys actually care about what I do, and you guys want to see more of this stuff, which is really awesome to see and hear. And yeah, so I think it's a really cool number, and hopefully we can get to 1,000. It's been a long road. It's actually been quite a long road to get to 600, but I'm glad we're here. Now, wait. I will say, this isn't the 600 sub special. This isn't that. This is, well, I don't know if I'm going to do a special for it, but this isn't the episode for it. I'm just mentioning it. I'm just mentioning this episode because I'm not going to have time to make it for this episode. There's just not enough. There's just nowhere near enough time for something for 600. And what I want to do for 600 and the other ones that I had before, I want to do something special for that. And that's going to require, we're going to have to wait till next episode for all that. So we will be celebrating 600 subs in the next episode. So it's a week over. It's 1 week after the fact, but so we might have a little bit over 600 subs, but you know what? That's okay. I think it'd be well worth it. Anyways, guys, until next time, I'm Ejecta1. Oh, and if you have seen this episode all the way to the end, could you please put in the comments 600? Someone will get it. People get it. Anyways, I'm Ejecta1. Until next time, have a wonderful day. And until then, you have been ejected.